Hello, this is a new sort of video that I'm doing. It's a sort of a different format to what I've usually done. Um, it's sort of like an interview podcast type thing. There's a plan to do like quite a few of them in the future. I'm calling it loosely about film because you'll see it's very loosely about film, especially in this one coming up. We talk about film as like a basis, but we talk about like a lot of different things. You're about to see an episode with Adam Tooley, and we talk about a wide range of things. Sometimes not always about films, and we don't really go in detail with anything, which is something I'd like to go. I'd like to have him back or have another guest on and go a bit more further in detail. We're sort of still learning and working out what works best. We talk about like early superhero films. We talk about a bit of Studio Ghibli. We talk about geography, the lesson geography at school. We talk about all kinds of stuff, like loads of stuff. David Lynch, directors in general, Damien, Chazelle. There's quite a lot in there. I can't really describe it all to get you hooked in, but if you like the sound of that, maybe give it a watch. It's sort of going to be designed as something that you can either sit down and watch all at once, you can have it playing in the background, or you can watch it, little bits at a time. Up to you. It's up to you, really. There will be footage of me speaking, but it's not like crucial to watch it. So watch it however you want. That's what I have to say on the matter, really. I hope you enjoy it. One more thing. It's called Loosely About Film. With the plans, and maybe do like loosely about video games, loosely about anything, TV shows, loosely about childhood, loosely about school. Any sort of topic, really, you could sort of add in there and basically make a little basis of a show or several different series. That's the plan anyway. I hope that it works out well, and I hope that you enjoy this episode with not really a special guest, just a guest in general, really. Otherwise I have to call everyone a special guest and then they're not really special. So just a guest, Adam Tooley. Hello, and welcome to something a bit different and a bit new. It's sort of like a podcast type thing with interviews with people that I know. And the first ever guest, I guess you could call, on the show is a friend of mine called Adam Tooley. Hello, Adam Tooley.
Hello, Josh Williams.
Do you want to introduce yourself, like how we know each other? I guess just college.
Yeah, we just know each other from college. We met through Hannah, I guess, and that's how it started off. Yeah.
We frequent the same Discord server.
Oh yeah,
regularly.
we come here often. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're the first guest, so like really you could say whatever you like. There's no set rules.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
I'll get started with a question, I guess.
Excellent.
So, I was gonna start with saying like, what's the earliest film you remember watching? But I think I'm gonna go for, what's the last film you saw at the cinema? Because you saw a film last night at the cinema.
I did see a film last night at the cinema, actually. Yeah, it wasn't just any old cinema as well. It was the Rooftop Film Club, I think.
Yeah, Rooftop Cinema. Whereabouts in London was it?
It's in Peckham.
Right. Of course.
Okay. Which, during the day was just fine.
Yeah.
Less than desirable. And then as we left at about 11:30 at night, after just seeing one of my favourite films of all time, waiting for the bus, it became a different atmosphere. I guess it's different. As we were standing waiting for the bus, a man came up. I guess shook my hand and then was like, "Oh, could you give us £2?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't have any money." He was like, "No, just give me £2." And I was like, "Okay," just to like try and shut him off. I gave him £2. He was like, "Make it 6." I was like, "Oh,
make it 6."
So I was like, I can't just give this geezer £6.
Like, when does it end?
He's really like charging his prices up now. I just gave him like £1.50, I think, in the end, and then he walked off.
There's such a specific amount of money as well.
It's not as if he's like begging for anything he can get. He was charging me just for shaking my hand, practically. Bizarre. And then he came back 5 minutes later, and we were just like, "Oh dear, please." He came back like he didn't even remember me, and was like, "Could you give us £2?" I was like,
I
"Oh,
just
no,
gave you
please."
6.
I was like, "Nah, I don't have anything. I'm sorry, no."
Jeez. So what?
Yeah,
You saw what
it's
films?
different at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw Howl's Moving Castle.
Right. Nice.
I guess if anyone doesn't know it, it is a film by Japanese studio Ghibli, I guess.
Yeah.
Came out in 2004. Yeah, I think it's excellent. It's beautiful. It's got great music as well.
Yeah. I haven't seen I need to watch some Ghibli films. I haven't seen any.
I highly recommend Ghibli or Ghibli, yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. How is it pronounced? Does anyone actually know?
There isn't a set pronunciation, I don't think.
Right.
I think it's just personal preference. I call it Ghibli, but yeah, call it whatever you want.
What was
I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
What was the audience like the crowd like? Was it anime fans? Or was it just like a
No,
mix?
I'd say it's very just general people actually. Like kind of like you had like I guess your arty London art students, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
And then you just had like actually just normal people there, which
Okay.
was
That's
I guess
cool.
a bit of a younger audience, but like pretty young, like 30s or younger.
Mm.
Um, it was a really good atmosphere as well because you're sitting on top of this like you're on a rooftop
Yeah.
and you're
That is
sitting in
cool.
deck chairs, which it was nice. As the sun goes down, that's beautiful.
Wait, sorry. What did you say?
Yeah, because you're watching it you're like watching all the trailers and stuff as the sun goes down.
Right.
Like you can
That's
see
cool.
all the view of London. It's really nice.
You say that's your favorite Ghibli movie, or your favorite movie?
I see. Well, it's not my favorite film, no, because I can tell that it is kind of flawed.
Right.
I wouldn't. Yeah, in a way, it's flawed, but it's not even my favorite. Actually, I think it might be my favorite Ghibli movie. Yeah, but yeah, I say it's probably in my top 10 films
Okay.
easily.
Interesting.
Just because it's got like. Yeah, if you were to watch it, you'd know what I'm talking about when I say like it's beautiful.
Right.
All the scenery and
Yeah.
the character design is just incredible. Like
Yeah.
I
I
can't
mean,
stop talking about it.
when I think of Studio Ghibli, I feel like maybe it's just one film that I see repeatedly, but it's like cobblestone streets or like nature and like lots of like
Yeah.
leaves blowing and stuff like that.
Yeah, Cobblestone Streets is quite a common one. Yeah, but yeah, very nature
Yeah.
orientated, I guess.
Very very nice to look at.
Yeah, great to look at. Music is really good. Because you know the My Neighbor Totoro song.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, I
or
do
whatever
really
it
like that
comes.
song. I've got
It's
that
a
on
very good
my
song.
Apple Music
There you go. It's
playlist.
very good.
Absolute banger. That has the is that the one that has the cat bus in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw My Neighbor Totoro at the Prince Charles Cinema as well, and yeah,
Oh, nice.
really good.
That's cool.
Again, yeah, really good like character design. The stories are quite, I guess, self-contained. Like it doesn't try and do anything too like wacky with lots of plots going on at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, they're quite self-contained films. I'd say each different one. They stick to what the plot is about and don't try and kind of
Okay.
expand too
Unlike
much. I
say
guess.
Akira.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
Akira, like, I guess because Akira, the film, is based off obviously the comic, the manga,
Yeah.
and that has so many issues, and it cuts out so much to try and squeeze it all into this 2 hour film.
Right. Yeah.
So I think there are some like kind of loose ends in it, or not maybe loose ends, but things you kind of have to tie together yourself.
Yeah.
You have to kind of
Yeah.
like figure
You
out.
can sort of tell that there's like
Yeah.
there's like a lot of shit going on in it. So moving on, I'm gonna go back to like some sort of order. So is there like an earliest film that you remember watching, like as a kid, or enjoying, like really liking? It's kind of a hard
So
one.
earliest film would have to be something like, I'd say Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Maybe one I like to like, 'cause I remember those would be the ones as a kid. Like I feel like you just watch something and you're not fully comprehending what's going on. You're
Yeah,
literally just watching it and be like, oh, I like the
you
dinosaurs,
got
or
poo poo brain.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing going on in there. Um, yeah, like it might have been like Jurassic Park 3. I think that was one I watched a lot, even though it's not even the best Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I just remember watching it a
Jurassic
lot.
Park 3. What one's is that the one where they're in like the city?
No, that's number 2. Where at the end where they go to
Oh.
like they take the dinosaurs back, and it like the T-Rex
What
is
happens in Jurassic Park 3? Doesn't
they it's like it starts off they're trying to find some kid basically who's lost on the island because he goes like is it parasailing, or whatever it is, where you're on the back of a boat
Oh,
attached to a
yes.
rope.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, he gets lost. He gets lost in the jungle, and they're trying to find him out there.
Yeah.
And it's just another wacky adventure on
It's just
Jurassic Park.
yeah, it's like the only actor that comes back is that guy, isn't it?
Is the main guy, Dr. Alan Grant. Yeah,
Sam
from
Neill.
the first one.
Oh, Laura
Yeah.
Dern's in number 3 apparently as well. I don't remember
Is
that.
she? Oh yeah, she's in it right at the start, just as like a cameo, I think.
Oh,
just
okay. Nice.
to show that she's still around.
Um yeah, Jurassic Park. That's like I'm like trying to think of movies that will be like common, and I feel like Dan's gonna speak about Jurassic Park probably in length
Yeah,
if I get to.
I had like Jurassic Park. I guess Lord of the Rings from an early one. It's just basically what was at the like hot at the time. Like
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I guess Lord of the Rings was coming out.
Yeah.
I can't remember when Return of the King came out. It might have been like 2001 or something like that.
2002, 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I know my eldest sister is obsessed with Lord of the Rings. We pretty much all are. My family is obsessed with it. But
Right.
yeah,
That's cool.
so I have that deeply ingrained into me.
And then at that time also is the very early superhero films.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I guess you could call it the rise of superhero
Yeah.
films, the real birth.
Like the golden age or something. I
Yeah,
guess.
well, we might call it the golden age. Other people spit on it. How dare they?
X-Men.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about X-Men. In my head, I've just got Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi,
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, best film ever. But
Yeah, Spider-Man and X-Men really is like the.
yeah, I completely forgot about X-Men. How actually they were very good films for
Yeah,
the
they
time.
were.
Obviously they're a bit like kind of like that goofy action.
Yeah.
God. Yeah,
Especially
it's like kind of like
one.
that Jackie Chan action kind of where they like floating around and shit.
Yeah.
But,
And then I remember there's like a bit in X-Men 1. It's very odd where even as a kid it was weird to me where they're fighting Toad, and like Toad does like a goofy dance and it plays goofy music while he does it. Do you remember that?
yeah, I think I know what you're on about.
The Statue of
'cause
Liberty.
Toad's really. Yeah, is that Statue of Liberty? Yeah, it might be. Yeah, Toad. Because I remember Toad just being like a really weird character,
Yeah.
and then he doesn't he just get yeeted in one shot by a storm or something?
Yeah.
It's like zapped.
Something like that. He's really weird looking as well.
He's a really weird geezer. Yeah. He looked
Yeah.
all slimy. Like his skin looked slimy.
Yeah.
I guess that's the whole point
He
of
has
his
that weird
character.
ass tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because X-Men as well. X-Men, Spider-Man, and like I guess the very early Batman films. The
what like Batman
one
Begins?
of the Dark Knight ones.
Yeah, Batman Begins. I think it's Batman Begins. Yeah,
Which
pretty sure it is.
sort of I guess kickstarted all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because they're like polar opposites. So you had Christopher Nolan coming in with Batman Begins, which is such a like gritty.
Yeah.
Like I guess it's also very well produced. I guess like in like such a way it is such a different film from like Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah.
the
Well,
Sam
yeah.
Raimi one.
Yeah. There's no like
It's like you can't even really call it a superhero film. Just
Yeah.
'cause it's like I guess in its own way it's still so different from today's like Marvel Avengers films.
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
and so different from what had come before. I mean, the Batman Begins is a bit more comic booky. I mean, like if you compare it to if you compare Scarecrow in that film to the Joker in,
Oh yeah, I guess
like
I guess in the
they do the
Joker is just like a very raw. They make Joker just seem like he is a normal guy. He doesn't have in the comics. He has this like gas, doesn't he, that can like turn people crazy.
yeah, and like Batman like sees demons and shit when he gets gassed by.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he that everyone starts seeing really weird
yeah,
stuff.
weird shit. It's an odd villain to choose for your first film, I think, in my opinion.
It was a bold choice, but
I-
they did it quite well. I think
Yeah.
because I think it's probably the most forgettable of the like Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
But not in a bad
That's
I
true.
guess in a bad way,
Well,
but it's still a very good film.
yeah.
Like I won't
No one's quoting it.
like. Yeah, true.
People always quote the Joker or Bane, I guess, and no one really quotes Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, yeah.
The weird-looking bastard.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I don't think he has any memorable quotes. He's just being like a bit nutty, isn't he? Walking around.
who? Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, I can't think of any like major quotes that he has in Batman Begins.
He's just a nutty bastard, and he turns back up as not the Scarecrow anymore, doesn't he? In
Oh, in Dark Knight Rises,
Yeah.
I guess he's still the same character.
yeah, but he's like just,
But when like Gotham goes into like I guess like oh yeah, they're all scared because Bane's got like the is it nuclear fusion reactor kind of like in a truck around Gotham or something.
yeah,
And he's like destroyed all the government and stuff, so everyone's kind of just like living like on the streets. And there's like
Yeah.
that weird court that Scarecrow's like the head of.
they do
And
that
he
ice
he forces all the he's like you choose death or like exile,
yeah.
and exile's basically just death. So,
Yeah, they're very different films. Like you couldn't imagine that sort of thing happening in a MCU movie.
oh
I
no,
don't
yeah.
think. Um,
Yeah, like forcing people to walk across like a thin sheet of ice, knowing that they're going to die. And all
yeah,
that,
that's fucking dark.
stuff.
That's very dark.
Oh yeah, or like Heath Ledger slamming someone's head down on a upright pencil.
Yeah,
You
on a
can't imagine that
pencil.
happening in
They-
Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's that Joker movie as well coming out, isn't there?
Oh yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
Which it's either going to be really good or like a really embarrassing attempt at like making something of like a higher art
yeah,
form.
like serious. Like,
Yeah, like Scorsese.
yeah.
Um,
I just hope they take it. It takes itself seriously. I guess like
yeah,
um,
which is ironic because it's a Joker.
it's a Joker.
Haha. Yeah, I mean, fucking Robert De Niro's in it.
Is he?
As like a talk show host.
Oh dear. I don't
which
know.
is
Robert De
interesting.
Niro is he gonna be spouting anti-vax stuff?
Yeah.
He loves that.
Oh.
In the real world, he's a massive anti-vaxxer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Um.
he's one of them.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that film will go. It's being compared to there's like a Scorsese film called King of Comedy, which is about like a nutty
Alright.
geezer getting on to a talk show, and that seems to
Okay.
do a similar thing in that. So, I guess they're emulating that, which could make it good, but it could also just make it be like an
Yeah,
imitation.
complete rip-off. Yeah. Who's like directed it? Is it actually anyone? Is it anyone who's done anything well known?
That's a point actually. I'll give that a quick Google.
Yeah, because I feel like it is. What I like recently. I feel like they're giving a lot of chances to come in.
Yeah. Do you want to know
Directors
who
and
your
stuff.
director is?
Oh yeah.
It's-
Okay. Yeah.
So one, it's Todd Phillips. So no one really knows who Todd Phillips is.
Yeah.
He's the director of the Hangover movies,
Okay.
all three.
See, I read something somewhere. I can't. The person who wrote like The Hangover Part 3 and like some other wacky zany stoner comedy or something wrote. Oh yeah, he wrote. It's the same writer of Chernobyl who wrote The
Oh.
Hangover Part 3,
Really?
and yeah, it was like comparing the difference between like having to make money and doing a passion project.
Right. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
apparently the guy who did Chernobyl like buried himself in notes and like
Right.
historical content. Like it was a passion project for him.
That's I really want to see Chernobyl. It looks really cool.
It's worth watching. Again, I've only watched like the first episode,
Right.
but it was really good. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Harrowing,
It look-
really harrowing.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. It's like a lot of people saying it's like a horror movie without being a horror movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 'cause it's a horror movie. Well, I wouldn't say it's not a horror movie or
Oh,
like a horror show, but
yeah.
it's horrific.
Right. Yeah.
It's so just dark and real because obviously it happened.
It really happened.
Everything there. yeah, pretty much everything in the show that
There was
happened in
like a
real life.
clickbait article saying like the events of Chernobyl that actually happened. It's like, well, yeah, it did.
Oh,
Like talk about the show. And it's like, well, the
yeah.
whole thing, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, where they try and make it. Yeah, I get what you mean. Where yeah, the horrible acts that that actually happened at
Yeah.
Chernobyl. Yeah, all the stuff that happened in the show actually happened.
Is it,
These people are dead.
yeah. Is anyone watching this show thinking, whoa, this would be
God.
mad if this happened in real life?
Yeah, it's all these like 15-year-old kids that don't have a clue what the Soviet Union was or
Yeah.
what yeah,
Well, I was talking
nuclear
to
power
Tom.
is. Oh no.
Already, we're off to a bad start. No, well, Tom was on, and I just
So
mentioned.
yeah, so this is where it's going. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mentioned Chernobyl, just like not even about the show, just Chernobyl, like
Yeah,
it
just
actually
off
happening.
the cuff. Yeah.
And Tom went, he said like, "Oh, have you seen that? Like about the show?" So, and I said no, I haven't seen it, but I wasn't sure if he thought I was talking about the show and as if Chernobyl wasn't a real thing. Like, I'm not sure if he knows it's a real thing.
Well, yeah, you don't. Oh,
I went, no, I haven't
see,
seen it.
I want to. A lot of times when I'm talking to Tom, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but
You
I
can't.
don't think it's safe. I don't
No.
think you should ever in your right mind.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't sure if he, because like I feel like
Can't be trusted.
just because I mentioned Chernobyl doesn't mean I'm talking about the show. That's what he assumes. So I'm like, maybe he thinks it's not real.
He must know, surely.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Right, that's
even if you played like the first like Modern Warfare, you kind of know what Chernobyl
yeah,
is.
that's true. Oh, wait, he must know. He must know. He did geography, right? Maybe you learn about that in geography. You learn about just random shit in geography in secondary school.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like geography, they just say like they
Yeah,
just
I
give
got
you
you
any
geography.
random shit to learn.
Yeah. Well, you think it's gonna be interesting stuff, and it's just like coastal erosion and longshore drift and like
It
how
literally,
currents. It's so dead. I can't
yeah.
comprehend how dead it was.
All I saw them do for our whole 2 years, all the geography kids at my school,
Mm.
was literally just cliffs and rocks and beaches.
Yeah. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, that's all it is. It
Yeah.
is just cliffs, rocks, and beaches. Because so like I think the first module, and you're getting, you're like, oh yeah. So are we actually going to learn anything in geography? You're fresh out of what, like just finished year 9, starting year. Actually, no, fresh out of year 8, probably just starting in year 9. And they're like, okay, so you've made the biggest mistake of your life. You're now going to learn about coastal erosion for the next 2 years.
Longshore
And
drift,
it's like,
boys.
oh. So like, I think the first year was like all erosion and like corrosion, how like acid rain affects statues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then
Did they take you on any trips? Geography trips?
we went to Coalhouse Fort.
Did you?
And it was
That's so bad.
I think I can't even remember why we went there. I think it was something to do with like the rivers. Oh yeah, because you did like coastal erosion, and you did rivers and how like rivers get formed due to erosion.
Right.
And then what else did you do? Like case studies on how like what is it, standard of living and quality of life and stuff.
Oh right,
It's-
yeah, I
it
remember that sort of
was-
stuff. Like statistics of like when there's people, when the people die, like in
Yeah,
the rough age. Yeah, I remember that sort of stuff.
waste of time.
Yeah, our school went to what's that famous cliff where everyone kills themselves?
Dover. Oh,
No,
don't know.
it's, Beachy Head. Is it Beachy Head?
Oh, it might be. That
That-
sounds. I know. I have heard of Beachy Head, but I don't know if everyone
Yeah.
goes and kills themselves there.
It might not be
I'll
that
just
one.
say
They
what-
went to a cliff where it's like famously, like there's a phone box up there that goes straight to the Samaritans.
Oh yeah, Samaritans. Okay.
They went to that one to like study the erosion, but it's a weird place to choose.
That's a really odd choice.
They were just knocking about, looking at cliffs while there was like people debating.
So today we're learning. Yeah, we're learning about erosion. Ignore all the people like here to kill themselves. Ignore them.
Ignore them.
Yeah, ignore the corpses at the bottom of the cliff.
Look at watch the waves and see how it
Don't look. Just
moves these
just watch the
rocks.
cliff. Cool, we've gone off on a tangent,
Yeah.
here, haven't we?
All right, going back to films away from Longshore Drift. What's a good question that I've written down here? What's a Actually, here's a good one. What's a film that you really like, but no one else likes, or it's like a guilty pleasure film, like something that people hate, but that you really like?
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to think about this one. Well, ah, that's quite a tricky one, but I know like in the back of my mind there is something that I know people will really judge me for loving or something.
Yeah. Do you not want to say it in
Um,
case you get like
no,
hate?
because I can't think of it, but I'm sure there has to be one. Like,
Right. Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man 3, people hate,
oh, yeah.
but I still like Spider-Man 3. It has
Well,
good
yeah,
bits.
I like it, but it's not like
No, you don't like it.
of any like true quality. You would call it true cinema
No,
or
no, no.
like anything like that. Let me think. There's got to be one.
There's gotta be
I mean,
something.
oh god, it's so people obviously actually like Twilight, but I like watching Twilight just because it's so bad.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why I thought
okay.
that's the only reason I've seen Twilight is because I watched it with my sister just like at home one time and we watched it just because it was that bad. We were
Right.
laughing at it. That's like a kind of guilty
Yeah.
pleasure, I guess. You're
I
watching
see.
something
I only saw the
just to laugh
first
at it.
one when I was very young.
Yeah, that's why I've only seen the first one.
Uh,
But yeah, I like watching that. It's very bad, but I
yeah.
guess people like it though, so it's not really the question.
People fucking love the Twilight movies. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Not even
Yeah,
Robert Pattinson likes the Twilight movies. I don't
I don't
understand.
blame him. I guess it kind of made him like typecast, didn't it?
Yeah, he's Batman now though.
Yeah, it's a big leap.
It's a big leap.
I mean, I guess he's a vampire, but then gone to
Uh,
Batman, so in a way, it's not a big leap. He's still a bat.
he's still, yeah, that's true. He's still a dark and brooding character.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
one thing about the Twilight movies, which I will say, is that one of them, I can't remember what one it is, has like a fucking mad soundtrack.
All right.
Like one of the Twilight movies has some fucking bangers on it, like songs that I
Okay.
discovered from clicking on the Twilight soundtrack and listening to the songs. I was like, oh man, these are pretty good
Yeah.
songs.
Mm.
Um, I guess I don't know. They've got someone on there, like making a Guardians of the Galaxy esque
Yeah, they probably actually hired a good
list
person
of
to make the
yeah.
soundtrack.
But none of the music in it, from what I can remember, is like motivated by anything. It just sort of plays like
Oh
over the
right,
scene,
yeah.
um, which makes for a bit of an odd. Like, it doesn't really feel like if like the music's just sort of there to make the scene
Just
more
appears,
exciting.
yeah.
There's
Um,
no like
I c-
headphones or radio playing it.
Again, they're not. I guess they're not the best of movies.
No,
They're
no.
not 10 out of 10 on IMDb. Oscar
This
award
this
winning.
is true. Um,
Um,
did it get an Oscar? It might have got an Oscar.
nah, surely not.
I mean, it might have got one
What
for
like what,
makeup.
any of the Twilight films? No, makeup. What makeup in
I mean,
Twilight?
Suicide Squad did. I guess they got a bit more complicated than Twilight.
I mean, at the end of the day, what makeup's in Suicide Squad? Like, is it all just CG probably?
It was, yeah. I mean, Killer Croc was all CG. It was like, I guess, the Jokers and Harley Quinns.
Yeah,
I
amazing
can't
makeup.
think of anyone else
Any
who
little
has
white
like
girl can do
mad
the
makeup.
Harley Quinn makeup. Oh yeah, true.
I think that's it.
What's her name? Enchantress.
Oh, hair and
She's got dirt
makeup.
on her.
So the guy who plays Slipknot, he had like cool hair, I think.
Oh well, yeah, what like braids?
Yeah, I think. I don't
Okay.
remember.
Okay. Alright, I'll give it that, I guess.
He dies like
Yeah,
instantly.
back to the question. Guilty pleasure movies.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I watch anime, but that's kind of yeah. Like everyone calls me a weeb for watching that.
Yeah.
But,
But that's like, I guess there's like a lot of people that wouldn't call you a weeb for that.
yeah.
That would support you.
But those people that wouldn't call me a weeb, I'd be like, I'd probably be wary of them. I'd stay away.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Don't-
true. You
don't talk to
you
me.
gotta vet your anime fans
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, what about the opposite? What's a film that people love but you don't like? Like if you hate it or you just don't get the hype or just don't
I
take it
haven't
serious?
seen like. So was it Shawshank Redemption's meant to be like the best film ever made?
Yes.
It's like the highest rated film
Yes.
I think on IMDb.
It is,
It's, I haven't seen it.
No.
Every time I say that, people
People are like,
come at me with their pitchforks and their torches.
Yeah.
Angry mob.
there's a lot of films that are like are on the top of IMDb that don't really deserve to be there. Like,
Really?
Well, I don't know. In my opinion, like I feel like the films that make it to the top of IMDb aren't necessarily the best films ever made. They're like the safest films ever made.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
like
Yeah.
like catch-alls, like Titanic, for example, is like very mass
Yeah.
appeal.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It's safe, but again, it's quite a good film.
Yeah, it's well made. It's a good
Um,
film, but yeah, at the same time, there's nothing like I don't know. They're not the best films. Well, I guess it's subjective, right?
yeah. I can't think of any films that I like truly hate either. Like I
That
just
people really like, or films that you hate in general.
I can't actually
Quite a
think of ones
negative
that
place to go
I
with it.
hate. I mean, I hated. I think the first. I don't know if it was the first film I truly hated, but it was the Pet Cemetery that came out recently. Just
Right.
just because of how dirty it did the book.
Yeah.
It
I don't think
it
anyone saw it
was.
anyway.
No, I don't think it did.
No one went to see it.
There was a bit of build up, a little bit of build up for it, like a couple
Yeah.
of trailers here and there, but yeah, it was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life.
Big disappoint. As the original, like okay.
The film,
Yeah.
I think it's just as kind of corny and
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's any good at all.
That's a big sad.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
If there's,
films.
do you want me to move on? Do you want to skip?
Oh, I know, like a lot of people. Oh, yeah. So there'll be films like I think I guess it's kind of going back to the last question.
Mm.
Like when I say I really like La La Land, people are like, "Well, that's why do you like La La Land so much?"
Yeah.
Like, because it is kind of, it's like such a it's like rich and kind of oversaturated, happy,
Yeah.
LA.
But well, that's
Hollywood.
that's what people think it is. There's like the
It's-
ending isn't so much.
Oh no, the ending like spirals kind of into sadness, and then goes up and then down, and then it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like I've talked. I remember watching it. Oh yeah, so emo hates it. A girlfriend, she really doesn't like it.
Doesn't
so,
like La La Land.
Yeah,
That's
I think
mad.
I can't remember if we watched. We might have watched Whiplash and then La La Land in
Right.
like the same
They're
sitting.
they're very different, I guess.
Because I think I watched. I might have watched them on separate days, and I was like, oh, we need to watch these. I think she liked Whiplash. She
Right.
doesn't like it as much as I do.
Okay.
But yeah, I think for La La Land it was too much for her, just because.
Oh, that surprises me. I really like La La
Really?
Land as well.
Oh yeah, La La Land's again one of my
Yeah.
might be in my top 10.
I think it puts a lot of people off because it's a musical.
Yeah,
People
a
are like,
lot
oh,
of people don't like
I don't want to
musicals.
listen to a musical.
But God, that soundtrack.
It's
oof,
good. It's
unbelievable.
barely a musical as well. There's like 4 musical numbers, maybe 3. Really?
Oh yeah, and then the rest of it is kind of just like piano and like,
Yeah, which could like is sort of like
just jazz
acts
music.
in world rather than a make believe
Yeah.
sequence like most musicals.
But I will say it is very kind of like show tuney,
Yeah.
kind of like force like sickly. That's the word. Like it's
Yes,
very
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
sickly.
It has a bit of
like-
that. But well, I don't know. It's like hints of it because sometimes it feels very real, like it feels like real
Yeah.
people, and then sometimes it will be like very like drummed up. Like the start, Another Day of
Yeah,
Sun,
yeah, true.
is crazy.
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't real. And then you get like Ryan Gosling struggling to pay his rent in his apartment,
Yeah,
and it feels like
Yeah,
real
and-
people talking rather than like fake shit.
Emma Stone's struggling to get the
Especially that scene
auditions.
where they're having the argument in the kitchen with the green
Yeah.
light on them. That's like my favourite scene in the whole film. It's very like
I don't know, it makes me sad.
it makes me sad, but it's
Aw.
very like cool. Yeah. Well, the last scene as well is like the fucking
Oh,
the last
it's
shot.
like a nail in the coffin.
The last
yeah,
2 shots.
like,
It
it hurts.
yeah.
It's like how it's like you've got 2 emotions and one of them is like complete sorrow and the other's kind of like satisfaction, like
Yeah.
happiness.
Melancholy. Like melancholy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because another thing is my eldest sister really doesn't like La La Land, despite like musicals are a very big thing in my family. Like we
Mm.
really like musicals, but my
Does-
older sister Charlotte hates La La
Hates
Land.
La La Land.
Just
That's
because,
mad.
yeah, just because it's so sickly,
Right. Yeah.
and like she said it looks like fake, and it was very sickly and so like pretty.
Yeah.
in
I
Hollywood.
can sort of get that. I know that some people don't like it because it's like very idolizes like Hollywood and LA, and Hollywood isn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Like there's no
But yeah, then,
like
oh.
people going to make it, and then but apparently it's not like
Yeah,
that, really.
I guess it is that, and the plot does follow that. Yeah, yeah, like small town girl trying to make it big in Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah, and then she's actually successful, but in real life, it's probably like one in a
Yeah, I
million
guess
chance you would be like working
yeah,
as a waiter.
God. Or like an extra for your whole life.
Yeah, that's
But
probably
you never know, you
true.
might become one of those really famous extras.
Well, maybe it's playing into that. That's like why it's like a fantasy. It feels like very heightened fantasy because it isn't real, right? It's like
I think it's there's got to be like a pinch of salt to it. Like it has to be, kind of like parodying.
Have you seen First Man?
No, I need to.
That's pretty good.
Damien Chazelle's third film.
Yeah, it's his like most recent film.
Yeah.
It's good, I guess.
Obviously, not as good as like Whiplash
No.
or La La Land.
I enjoyed it.
Is it a good film? Like
It's a good film. The score's really like cool and unique.
Yeah,
and
really
the
good.
acting's really good. And like it's well directed and that, but I don't know, it just doesn't have the I guess it does have a bit of a punch. It has quite some emotional moments, but I don't know. I think because it's like it's true. It's a true story, right? You can't really get the characters. You can't really get really good characters because they've
The
got to be
characters
the
are already
real
there,
people.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already in history.
So yeah, there's not like you can't really not Buzz Aldrin. Neil Armstrong, isn't it? He's Ryan Gosling, so he's like he does like a good job of like making you like the character, but you can't really.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many layers. Not layers. There's not many like movie like qualities, I guess, that make it like, oh, this guy's a cool character, or this guy's this sort of character, I guess.
Yeah, because they're just real people at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true. Also, it uses like loads of fucking shaky cam, like loads, constantly.
Shaky or what? Like when are they going into space or something?
No, not even like that. Like just handheld camera, like in like a
Really?
regular shot. It looks like The Office sometimes.
Like found footage or something.
Yeah, yeah, it will just be two people talking, and it'll be like, I guess they're trying to show like it's almost like documentary-esque because it's a true story, but it's off-putting sometimes.
Okay.
That movement. But I'd recommend it. It's still quite a good film.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch.
I'll go for another question. We could probably do one or two more questions. Maybe one more question. Yeah. One or two. We'll see.
Yeah, because I feel like I've barely even answered. I tried to answer the question, but I can't.
We just chat shit as well.
Yeah, I was trying to think of. I don't think there's any films that I truly hate like out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
unless there aren't any films that I love, but anyone really hates. Because I feel like if you're the type of person that says, "Oh, I hate that film," and I'll refuse to watch it, it is very closed-minded. Like I do say that I haven't watched Shawshank, but I will watch it one day.
Yeah.
Like just because I know I need to. It's kind of like a rite of passage, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to never watch a film because you think you won't like. I mean,
you think you won't like it.
You say that. There's like certain things that I just like. It's not that I won't watch. It's just that I'd rather watch something else.
Yeah.
Like if I'm with someone, they're like, "Let's watch this," and I'm like, "No."
Let's watch Expendables 3.
Yeah, like let's watch something else. So it's like don't want to waste 2 hours.
How about no? Yeah.
Just. Yeah. I mean, which I did the other day with X-Men: Dark Phoenix. It wasn't good.
Cool.
Right, question. Let me find a question. Okay, this is quite a good one, probably. What is the best film you've seen in 2019, this year? It could be a rewatch, it could be the first time you've seen it.
2019, might actually have to Google what films come out in 2019, because all I can think of at the moment is, Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it's going to be Endgame.
Yeah?
Well, it doesn't even have to be films that have come out in 2019.
No, it could be that you saw it in 2019.
Yeah, like, it could be like an old-ass movie.
Or it could be something that you watched again, could be anything.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
Any sort of...
It might be Endgame.
Endgame?
Because, I'm trying to look at like the films that were released this year.
All
All I've got at the moment is Pet Cemetery, which was I'd give it about a 3.
Yeah.
Endgame, I guess. Yeah, it might have to be Endgame. I can't
Endgame
think
is
of
good.
anything else. It was very good. Heartbreaking, but yeah, very good.
Mm. It's
I watched John Wick for the first time. The
yeah.
first John Wick. I feel like that was overhyped a little bit.
It's just John Wick 1. Is that the one you've watched so far?
Yeah, I've only watched John Wick 1 so far.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I was waiting for it to be kind of, I don't, yeah, because people were saying, oh, the action's so good in it, and I was expecting something like really interesting. But
yeah.
it was kind of just like standard action, maybe a bit more interesting than standard action, but like.
Yeah. The action is good. It's like the fight scenes, especially, are my
Oh, yeah, they're
favorite
quite
parts
good.
of it. Like,
Yeah.
like all the very like I don't know how to describe it, but this like it's directed or like shot in
Choreographed.
such a way that's like very energetic, and it sort of feels like you can tell what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say John Wick 2 and 3 are better than John Wick 1.
Oh, have you seen John Wick 3?
I've seen all 3.
Oh, nice.
They're very good. John Wick 2 is good, really good. That's the best one, I think. John Wick 3's got some good fight scenes, but it's like kind of exhausting. And John Wick
Yeah.
1, I can't even really remember. I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember liking it that much.
It was a bit boring, to be fair. Like,
Yeah, it's
I was watching it with Emo and she fell asleep.
it's like
I
early
was like,
days
right,
for
I'm
it.
gonna-
Like they
Yeah, I feel that's what it was. It was kind of like
they're just trying out the water, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we can also talk about films we've just seen, yeah, because I just talked about John Wick.
Yeah. What did you
I
see?
saw Evil Dead and
Oh,
Evil
yeah.
Dead 2,
Yes.
which Evil Dead 1, I can't. It was so.
It's cheap.
It was
Low budget.
it was so cheap though. Like
Yeah.
even though Evil Dead 2 you could tell was maybe had like a couple more $100 here or there.
Mm.
But the first one was very low budget, very raw.
Yeah. I mean,
Like just like a very standard horror film, I guess, for its time.
yeah.
It wasn't trying to be anything mental.
It
Was a bit like with all like the trees and like how it treated women maybe.
yeah.
And,
Yeah, that
it
is
was a bit odd.
questionable. It's always the women that get
but-
fucking possessed as well.
Yeah.
It's very low. I think it's basically a student, right, when he's making Evil Dead 1, so it's very
Oh, okay.
very low
That's
budget.
alright, I get that then. I get that.
But it's still
Evil Dead 2 was
pretty
a step up.
enjoyable.
It was a big step up. Evil Dead 2.
And yeah, Evil Dead 2 is very good.
Yeah, I did enjoy. I think the second one more just because Bruce Campbell was being kind of like zany and like all over the shop with his acting.
Yeah.
Like when he gets hit by something, he'll like wave, like fall around. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
He'll
And,
get like, pushed into a cabinet or something.
he's, like, going
completely
crazy as well.
Flail.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Like when like the whole room's like laughing at him, all the furniture's twisting.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah. And I guess it has more fun, right? They get the bit where he straps the
Oh yeah, the chainsaw. To his,
chainsaw.
like
Yeah.
where his arm gets cut off.
yeah,
he
very
straps
cool.
the chainsaw to it.
And then the end is like the end of Evil Dead 2 is like one of my favourite endings.
It's just so like where do you go from here? I guess.
Yeah, it's just like ridiculous.
Descent into madness.
Yeah.
I need to watch Army of Darkness. It does look very.
Army of
good.
Darkness is good.
The only clip I've seen from Army of Darkness is like the skeleton with the flute.
Yeah, the flute. Yeah, that is that's
It
good.
does look very good.
Yeah, the Army of Darkness is even more ridiculous. Army of Darkness is fucking mental. Yeah, that's a good film. I don't like it as much. It does like some really weird,
Really?
like goofy shit that's like goes on for too long. But
Okay.
I watched the extended edition, which has like there was like one really goofy scene that they said Sam Raimi cut this out, but they've cut it down. But the extended edition has it in, and it's like, oh my god, I see why they cut this out.
Yeah. Alright.
Because it goes on for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Sam Raimi.
What G?
Have you? So wait. Yeah. For maybe the last question, I'd say. Yeah. Have you got a favorite director of all time? I know that's probably a hard one as well.
I don't know. It might be. I don't. Oh, I swear I had one. I remember thinking about this the other day, and I swear I had one. but it's kind of
It's difficult
escaped
because
my
you might like
mind.
one film with someone's and then not another as well.
I guess I could say I think it's Hayao Miyazaki who does create Studio Ghibli films.
Right.
He just does create very good films.
Yeah, I guess they're
Um,
consistent, right? Consistent
I
quality.
think he's like the creative director or something. I don't know
Okay.
if you can really direct like a animated film, but I guess you can. Or yeah, Damien Chazelle. I mean, Whiplash is such a good film.
Yeah. Whiplash is
I
fucking good.
can't express enough how good Whiplash is.
And
Uh,
J.K. Simmons as well in that film.
oh
It's very
yeah,
good.
I think he won an Oscar for it, didn't he? Best supporting actor, I think.
Yeah. I think he did.
Be-
It's like
my favourite
the
director.
best thing he's I'm about to say it's the best role I've ever seen him in, but not forgetting J. Jonah Jameson in
Oh yeah, true.
it's also very good.
Oh, so good. I think I did have a favourite. Everything's basically escaped my mind, and my mind's gone completely blank today. I did have a favourite director, but I can't remember who it is at the moment. It's probably someone like Damien Chazelle,
Yeah.
just because. Yeah, he does make like a very. Like, he does make very art housey, interesting,
Yeah.
pretty films
That's true. What?
that are very
Yeah.
just.
Was it
They're different
Kubrick
in
I
their own
thought for
way.
you as well, by the way?
I do like Kubrick. Uh, I, at one time it might have been Kubrick. 'Cause there was a point where I watched like The Shining, and then Full Metal Jacket,
mm,
and The Shining's good. I don't like it as much as I used to, because I've
right.
actually because I like the book. I like the book much more. I feel like the book tells a better story.
Yeah. I mean, even
Um,
Stephen King doesn't even like The Shining, does he?
no, I
The film.
don't blame him. I can see why he wouldn't like it. Yeah, Kubrick does make good films.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
if there's a lot of things slipping your mind, we can always do another one at some point down the line, and you
Whoa,
can
part two.
have a think.
Yeah, I need to start writing some things down
Yeah.
if it comes to my mind.
Uh,
Well, who's your favourite
my favorite
director?
director.
Yeah.
Oh God. That's very hard.
Yeah, spun the question.
Oh no. Reverse Uno card.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Cool, I've got him.
Yeah. I mean, there are many. I really like Edgar Wright.
Yeah, Edgar Wright's really good. British. Makes some
Like
really
they're
good. Like,
very good films, very
yeah.
funny films.
Actually, yeah, Edgar Wright's very good. Baby Driver. I forgot
Yeah, they're
about.
all consistent, and also they've all his like style of filmmaking is very cool. Like I very much like the he's got a load of like whip pans and like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He does it more early on. I think he's gone less of that with Baby Driver, but it's still very
Probably
like
matured a bit.
yeah, it's still very
Yeah.
fast paced. But I also really like David Lynch, of course.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. David Lynch.
But yeah,
Madman.
he's mostly because of The Return. Like
Oh yeah, Return's wacky.
yeah, The Return is basically 18.
It's positively bonkers.
It is
like,
positively bonkers.
uh,
Is it? Well, and also I guess Twin Peaks season 1 I fucking love as well, but for like very different reasons. It's a very different show.
oh yeah, like Twin Peaks, the original is kind of it is like a parody of
Yeah.
soap opera, isn't it? It's so like it's like silly,
Yeah.
I guess. And
And then like as well, like Twin Peaks season 1 almost feels like cozy. Do you know what I mean
yeah,
by
okay,
that? Mostly because Dale Cooper is like so like nice, but then you compare that to The
he's a good
Return,
guy.
and it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, the Return, you're trying to wrap your head around it, and there is no chance of you
Yeah.
ever doing that.
And you're
It's
just
always
wanting Dale
moving
Cooper to come
so
back.
fast. Yeah, you're begging for Dale Cooper to get his senses back and
Yeah.
become normal, which he won't do until I don't know, but yeah, he won't do it till the last episode,
Late.
pretty much. Yeah, late.
Is it 18 episodes?
Um,
I think it is.
Yeah, 18 episodes.
big.
Obviously, it's
huge.
got I don't know what happens for there to be 18 episodes of it. He must find a way to make a story out of all this just like
Yeah.
nonsense. But I guess
Um,
half of it has to be just like revisiting Twin Peaks, all the old characters,
Yeah.
and then because I remember it starting off with like all these new characters chucked into the mix.
Yeah, like people that
And-
you've never seen before.
Yeah, and all these like new like plots that it's like you're supposed to be getting, like
Mm.
where the woman's got no body or something. There's like the massive woman with no head or no body or something.
Yeah.
Or there's like there's like that the massive body that's meant to be like is it Major Briggs or something? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's that they found.
But they don't really explain that until a bit later on. I don't
I don't
think.
think they even explain it properly ever, as well. Like
Probably
anything
not.
really.
I think it's probably one of those ones where people have connected the dots after,
Yeah,
and if you haven't I guess gone down some weird YouTube rabbit hole, you won't really understand it.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Return's got episode 8, which is visionary, but
Yeah, it's
also
bonkers.
yeah, it's bonkers.
Yeah, God, that's a great episode. I really fucking like. I really like a lot of the Return actually, to be honest. But
Yeah, I
like,
need to go back and watch it.
yeah,
But
me
it was
too.
hard work. I'd
Yeah,
say.
I mean, especially because you're like, oh, Del Cooper, like the
Yeah,
one of the best like fictional characters of all time, in my opinion.
yeah,
And you don't see him like ever
yeah. You see him for the first couple of episodes, kind of doing like just
in the Black
nothing,
Lodge,
and
where
then
so he's all like weird and like zoned
yeah,
out.
he is quiet, isn't he? And then he just turns into Dougie Jones,
Dougie
and does
Jones,
nothing.
and then he comes back for like 40 minutes, and then he goes into like some other dimension, and then he's like a different character suddenly, like he's like acting
Yeah,
really like non-Cooperish, and then it's like, yeah, it's very odd. It's good though. Like,
David Lynch is blue
um,
balling us hard.
yes, yeah, but yeah, that's why I like David Lynch, because like it's basically 18 movies in the form of The Return, but then also like I
Yeah,
really like a Razorhead, and Mulholland Drive and his other films,
true.
also very good. So yeah, David Lynch, I guess. Damien Chazelle as well for La La Land and Whiplash. Oh, it's
Yeah,
hard. I really like James
it
Gunn as
is really
well.
hard.
Um,
I mean, James Gunn, I only know him for Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1
yeah,
and 2. So,
which
and didn't he do like Sucker Punch or
he did
something?
Super,
Super. I need to watch Super.
which
I
is very
remember that,
good. I
apparently.
like Super a lot.
I heard something about, I think, does the guy, isn't one of the main characters like Dwight from The Office?
Yes, the main character is Dwight from The Office. Yeah,
Yeah, doesn't he doesn't like Ellen Page rape him or
yeah,
something?
yeah. Ellen Page rapes him in it. That's a spoiler.
Oh,
It's odd.
oh,
I shouldn't have laughed. I laughed when you said that. I shouldn't have laughed. It's odd. I mean, it's sort of played for laughs a bit in the film, which is odd. But yeah, it
yeah.
is odd.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good film though. I highly
yeah.
rate Super.
Okay.
And he's got another film called Sliver, which I really want to see. It's like a body horror film. It's kind of like The Thing,
Yeah.
where like a
Okay.
whole town gets like taken over by these like weird aliens that can like, I don't know. I've only seen one clip. These weird aliens take over, and then it makes this woman become really fat, like really fat, like
Oh.
huge.
Okay.
I don't
Fair
really know
enough.
how it works, but it looks interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of directors.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because there's so many
Class.
directors that have made some of my favorite films, but
Mm.
not kind of like consistently. Not, I wouldn't say I love every single one of their films apart from maybe Damien Chazelle, but it's not as if he has like a massive roster of
Yeah,
films.
that's true. You can't. Yeah, it's hard to. You can like someone for one film, really, but then yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I was going to mention something else when I said about the Sliver film, but I don't remember what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, James Gunn also wrote the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh, he wrote them.
Yeah, he wrote them. He wrote the
That's-
Scooby-Doo one and two, I think.
Now I understand why they're both absolute masterpieces.
Yeah, no, I
They're
understand.
they're like I guess they're also kind of like I can't like a key point in my childhood.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah. I used to
Seeing
watch them a lot as well.
I used to watch the first one a lot.
Mm.
Where it's so weird.
It is
Scooby
odd.
Doo looks so weird as like a CGI dog.
Yeah, but he looks better than Sonic.
Yeah, true.
He
I'll
looks
give him
like
that. He does look
Scooby-Doo.
way better than Sonic. Yeah. Yes.
So they did a better
Oh.
job there.
Yeah.
Um, right, amazing. Shall we end it with Scooby-Doo? Talk about Scooby-Doo?
Yeah. I mean, that's a high note.
Yeah, it is a
definitely
high note.
Scooby Doo the movie is the peak of high
Yeah,
notes.
peak cinema.
Yeah, it's true cinema. I should have won an Oscar, to be honest.
They should have. Okay, I think this was like 50 minutes, which is pretty
Yeah.
good. It didn't feel like
Yeah.
it.
Good chat.
Good chat. Thank you for joining me, Adam Tooley.
That's all right. Thank you for inviting me on.
I hope this hasn't got a name yet, but it might have a name by the time it's up. So,
Ooh,
the show,
better get
I'll call
thinking.
it at the moment. Thank you for coming on the show.
That's all right.
Yeah, I may talk to you another time about other topics.
I'll look forward to it.
Okay.
So much stuff to talk about. Like, probably just keep talking about films or
Yeah.
like Sam Raimi.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
we could do like whole fucking subsections, to be honest, just for an hour.
Do a whole episode on Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, video
No,
games is one I want to do as well.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, the video game would be fucking great. That'd be very fun.
There's so much to talk about, I guess, at the end of the day.
There is. We got so many opinions,
Yeah.
and
True.
I was thinking in bed, there's not enough white straight men on the internet giving their opinions. So I think
Yeah, true.
I think we need to.
We'll make a really good addition.
Yeah,
We'll be on our own, kind of standing alone in the crowd.
yeah. Where are all the white guys at on YouTube?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Yeah. Nerdy white guys, where they at?
Fucking, we need to lead the fucking crowd, to be honest. Right, cool. Thanks very much.
That's all right.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.